now. I'm stressing now for a blessing now. Look, I'm stressing now for a blessing now. Think you guessing now? It's depressing right now. I'm built for hard times. Darkest days, I'ma shine. I'ma climb to the top, and I'm ever get stressing now for a blessing now. Think you guessing now? It's depressing right now. I'm built for hard times. Darkest days, I'ma shine. I'ma climb to the top, and I'ma be just fine. Fine, fine, I'ma be fine, just fine. I'ma be fine, little bitch. I'ma get my shit in line, little bitch. Hey, 1B, don't cry for shit. With my life on the line. Minor setback for a major comeback. Like selling A1 soft, make them come back. And all the bitches that left me, they can't come back. 11 nigga, I ain't dry like I'm a bum gas. Bitch, I don't backtrack. Bitches take back. And I'ma fall back. Oh, I'm the quarterback. And I can't go back. Give me quarters back. Get these backs up, I ain't holding back. I'm stressing now for a blessing now. Think you guessing now? It's depressing right now. I'm built for hard times. Darkest days, I'ma shine. I'ma climb to the top, and I'ma be just stressing now for a blessing now. Think you guessing now? It's depressing right now. I'm built for hard times. Darkest days, I'ma shine. I'ma climb to the top, and I'ma be just fine.
What I got up in my pockets, known to make mamas cry. Daily got it on me, try me, I let it. And let's talk about rats and what's the meaning. Cause you be singing like bullets in his body, he made it sound like. Gave it to him like he asked for it. And fucking with me is a mistake. And he started screaming like, hey, get the duct tape. I'm the man, you better ask for that guy. Cause if you don't, you'll get robbed if you ask for that pie. And me taking an L don't sound right. You just try to make it sound like singing more than a church boy. There's only one option, fuck with me, get hurt, boy. Bullets will fly, cause I'm in the streets like street lights. When your moms get the news, you scream like. What I got up in my pockets, known to make mamas cry. Daily got it on me, try me, I let it. And let's talk about rats and what's the meaning. Cause you be singing like. What I got up in my pockets, known to make mamas cry. Daily got it on me, try me, I let it. And let's talk about rats and what's the meaning. Cause you be singing like. We call you John Moran, pointing pistols in the sky, but trying to see a nigga live. I'm trying to see a nigga die. And you gon' die where you lie. Body hit the ground, soar into the sky. Yeah, niggas shooting at the ground, they shoot out the ceiling. Man, I started from the ground, now I'm through the ceiling. Body fall on the ground, hit him in the ceiling. Don't make me shoot into your car like I'm Mikey Williams. They don't make them like me no more, I'm like dead stock. I'll put an end to my beef, call that dead stock. These niggas ain't got motion like a dead clock. If you wanna know something about me, ask my dead eye. What I got up in my pockets, known to make mamas cry. Daily got it on me, try me, I let it. And let's talk about rats and what's the meaning. Cause you be singing like. What I got up in my pockets, known to make mamas cry. Daily got it on me, try me, I let it. And let's talk about rats and what's the meaning. Cause you be singing like. I tried to fall in love a few times, but that didn't work. Yeah. They never stuck around to see my work. My mama been knew I was special since birth. Yeah. You say you love me, but you know love gets you hurt. Yeah. I can't let you bitches play with my heart. This ain't funny like Kevin. You'll have better luck in a casino betting. Girl, don't say that shit, you lying. I got trust issues, ain't no need of trying. I fell out with the plug because it's timing. Don't try to love me now, girl, stop all that crying. You trying to show me that because I'm leaving. Yeah. Don't try to cause a scene now, bitch, we even. For real. Fuck, I should've listened and took my daddy's advice. Now I got 2 baby mamas and none of them had a relationship right. Hella shit going left, so I know that it gotta get right. Cause at the rate that I'm going, I'm never gonna give me a wife. But until then, I'm living my life. I find one of you anywhere that I go, or I get a similar type. Cause my life is a gamble like rolling the dice. I'm trying to go off the scene and leave her text on red. She's stressing to talk about it, but there ain't nothing to be said. I got 100 missed calls. I think about posting her thread. Stop telling people that you love me and you didn't pledge. Don't take the comments and likes to the head. Ever since I was a kid, bitch, I've been big in the head. You ain't comprehend what I said. Bitch, I live my life on the edge. Yeah, I'm trying to do it like I never done it. And I am not close to my summit. You don't love me like you say you love me. Cause you want me to plummet. If you can't cook it like I cook it, then I don't want it. I don't want the shit. Been keeping 100. My name ain't Watch. Is my name Audemars, bitch? I don't got time for this. Hey, my love ain't unconditional. It's conditional, baby. I love unconditional. Don't let it get to you, baby. I'm sorry I led you on. It wasn't intentional, baby. I'm stubborn. I don't even call when I'm missing you, baby. It never be what you gon' do for me. It always be what I'm gon' do for you. I got some character flaws too, so tell me what I should do with you. And what kind of level are we on? Like a U-Haul, are we moving on? Cause I promise I won't be long-winded if you seek closure. I'll be okay if you say it's over. And I'll find another one if we don't work. Yeah.
Beg it. Smoke check. Get in here, man. Bang that button. Man. Salute to my producers, man. Like, flooded with slaps, flooded with slizaps. So I could get my mood together too. The morning time, it's important. This is bigger than YouTube. Morning, that sets the tone for the day, right? Usually if you start off on that, that masculine energy, that different type of energy, that's going to help you be a wolf out here instead of a fucking sheep, right? You know what I'm saying? You don't want to wake up a goddamn sheep. You might as well go back to bed and try it again, right? Salute everybody in the building. My brothers in the building. Bub Johnson. Salute to you. Borderland. Salute to you, brother. Man, all that hard work. You know what I'm saying? Salute my brothers. GMB Rocco in the building. Salute my brother. Beto in the building. What up, brother? J83. F. Williams in the building. Salute. Cortland Ross in the building. Salute my brother, Jeff Smith. What's going on, Jeff? Heart and Finish Kennel'S in the building. Salute my brother. Prophet Swamper in the building. Salute everybody in the building. Bang that button. You know what I'm saying? We're just getting the mode in, you know, the mood, setting the mood for the day, man. You know, that's important. We got a little, hold up. I ain't gonna have y'all waiting, you know, see what we're gonna talk about. I could just pop it right there. You know what I'm saying? Let's get it, man. Hey, salute everybody, man, that been riding it out. You know, just those dreams that's coming to reality. These dreams. Everybody got a vision on, you know, where they want to be at in these dogs, and you know, they got their goals and projections, and you know, different things. Even if it's a bullshit goal, you know, a motherfucker got one. You know, if your goal is to not really have dogs but be famous on YouTube and shit, you know what I'm saying? I mean, that's just a goal that you got, bro. I can't knock nobody for their goal. You know, every now and then, you know, the OG, you know, I'm gonna crash out though. I'm gonna get on like Saul said, I'm gonna get on the soft part, you know, every now and then, right? But for the most part, man, if we don't have each other, we don't got shit else, man. You know, like at the end of the day, I don't just call dudes on the phone uh talking about, you know, anything. You know, most of the time I'm talking to some fucking dog, man. They building. They got breeds coming up. They got pups on the ground. They got, you know what I mean? And I'm just being real. That's just like every day though, like for the last fucking 30 years, you know, like, you know, when you deep in that shit, you know, I like looking at pedigrees that's 25 years old and, you know, on the internet and shit, you know, back before you even knew how to make pads and shit. You know what I'm saying? You got little documents in here, a little sprinkle of this, sprinkle of that. You know, back then we don't look at the importance of documentation, things of that nature, you know. Um, I mean, let's say the shit wasn't up there, you know, I'd be just like the average Joe that, you know, just started, you know. But it's good to hold on to some of that old lineage, man. You know, even if it's a establishment date, like I set mine, you know, at a certain date, and you know, because it's you get established, and pretty soon, you know, you'll be 20 years deep, you'll be 30, 40 years deep. You know, it's something to be respected. Um, yeah, we know in everyday life that, you know, no product really increases in value when it ages, but in this game, age and wisdom is something that some of us will never get. Let's just leave it like that. You know, some of us will never be able to get that old age and be around these dogs 45 years, bro. Straight up. That's a blessing to be able to be around that long. So we got to take advantage and make it more community like. Make it more. Let's not scare people away. You know, this social media shit, you know, it scare motherfuckers away, man. You know, I got motherfuckers, you know, they talk a little bit of shit, but then they see how I be baking niggas, and then they say, you know what? I'm gonna back the fuck up off of him, you know, because you know, this internet shit, man, it could get you wrapped up. And if you're not ready for it, if you're not ready for everything that comes with it, you know, it could be a bit much. So, you know, just in this community, I'm gonna just try. Like I said, I'm gonna crash out every now and then. You know how we do, but I'm gonna try not to be so judgmental and you know, not because even though it's sickening to my stomach, some of the shit I be seeing, you know, I'm gonna just try not to be like I'm gonna try to act like when I first got into this shit, you know, I was more of a, even though consider myself a student, I was less talkative about you know what I'm saying, trying to, you know what I'm talking about, man. I appreciate you, Swamper. Yeah, get that magazine. Get that magazine. Go ahead and text me right there. That's my business line. You know, I mean, at some point in life, you got to be able to have a business line. Everybody else do. I could call goddamn Home Depot and shit right now. I could call all the, you know, all these other motherfuckers. I could call everybody else, but me, you know, I don't have a business line. You can't call me. Nah, fuck that. We're not doing that. We're not doing that shit. We keeping it professional. Don't call the line talking some bullshit. I'm gonna just hang up and I'm gonna just block you. You're gonna be like, damn, is it my service? Nah, it wasn't your fucking service, motherfucker. It ain't your service. I'm gonna block you. I'm telling you. Like, you really gonna have to reach out another way and apologize and some more shit, dog. You know, because that's all they need. That's all they need is your ass on the phone talking to a motherfucker about this and that. Rather, if you just trying to get the bag or whatever, you ain't really listening to a motherfucker. But if he's talking that crazy shit and you sell him a dog, bro, it's gonna be hard for you to convince a motherfucker that you're not involved and you're not selling this dog for that purpose. Because that's how they try to loop you up. It's like, okay, I ain't got this motherfucker in the box. Like, it should be fair game. You know, you get a motherfucker, you know, he fighting dogs. He got text messages fighting dogs, videos fighting dogs, shit like that. That's slam dunk evidence. That's what I call. But just a motherfucker with 20 dogs on his yard, and the neighbor want to call and say, oh, I think he's dog fighting. And then they pull up with trucks and shit, confiscating dogs and shit just because they see one or two scars. That's bullshit. That's some bullshit, bro. You know, straight up. And that's what been happening a lot of the time, you know, is, you know, in the segue, you know, with this ASPCA, you know, surviving them motherfuckers, man. We talk about the longevity of the dogs. We talk about the bloodlines, keeping them good. We talk about everything, concrete bowls, different type of collars, swivels, axles, kennel setups, above the grounds, deck boards, all of this shit, breeding, trying to keep the dogs in good hands, farming shit out to good people that's out of the off the, you know, ain't nobody even thinking about, right? We talk about all this shit, but we never talk about surviving the ASPC fuckos. You feel me? They think the same way about us. Rather, if I still want to be in this community or whatever, you know, they probably look at me like, oh my God, we want to lock this motherfucker up forever. You know, that's how they look at me. Why? Because I want to change my life around. Why? Because I want to do good things for the community. Why? Because I want to give people that never had a voice a fucking voice so people can understand that a breaking stick doesn't mean that you're dog fighting. That's what the magazine's about. It ain't about niggas to get in their fucking feelings. It's about protecting us. It's a motherfucker that, bro, they already threw me through the mud, bro. You know, I've already went to hell and back. Like you say, you been to hell, nigga. I've been to hell and back for these motherfucking dogs, you know. Now you could go ask these other motherfuckers what their contribution to these dogs is. Don't question my contribution to these motherfucking animals. Okay? Surviving ASPCA. You know, we got to get more vocal, y'all. We got to start showing up at these at these meetings and shit, you know, when they talking about the laws and if they're trying to ban something that has to do with these dogs, we need to start showing up. You know, if we got working dogs, we should be able to use chains, rather if we're in Texas or not. Rather if we're in North Carolina, wherever we at. We've been getting bullied, y'all. I wasn't built like that. My family, I had Black Panthers and shit. I'm from the West Coast, brother. You know, I had Black Panthers in my family, dog. You know what I'm saying? Straight up. Motherfuckers that gave back to the community, man. Started the breakfast programs. You know, the reason why they got breakfast programs today in motherfucking schools was, you know, because of motherfuckers from my lineage, right? Some of y'all can relate. You know, I had an uncle. I met his granddaughter for the first time. You know, my Uncle Butchie. You know, he was murdered by the police way back in the 70s. You feel me? So we got to be on our swivel, man. We got to be a little bit more vocal. I know everybody wants to have the panels and, you know, everything. I think it needs to be more videos of people actually breaking down what the fuck a breaking stick is and why every American should have them. Like that should be something that's sponsored. Like motherfucker want to get some views and shit. It needs to be more videos of that. Not just one, not two. It needs to be like 50 of them. Explaining why a dog should be on a chain and why it's not abuse. And why do the tree huggers leave their fucking dogs in a little ass cage for 12 hours a day? Up in an apartment, they don't never get fucked with. Like, wait a minute, bitch. Are you leaving that dog in that little ass cage for 12 hours, bitch? Hold up. Yeah, this fool, this clown. I was about to put your boy Snaggletooth on the screen. I was about to put Snagglepuss on the screen. Let me get CC, man. Hold up, man. Give me a second.
Bouncing out, ayy. Chop a dish or two, I chop them out, ayy, ayy. We be popping out, ayy. Get your ass whacked for what you talking about. Shoot shots, then we bouncing out, ayy. Chop a dish or two, I chop them out, ayy, ayy. We be popping out, ayy. Get your ass whacked for what you talking about. Niggas talking like they drillin', but I know they ain't. No stripes in the damn hood, you ain't never rank. Fuck a beach treaty, I ain't never tryna moderate. I be starving for this beef shit like I ain't never ate. Ay, I know you don't want this, cause I've been navigating through these streets, don't need no compass. On some dumb shit, put a foe a bit of sun kiss. Bullets hit your back, couple inches from your bows this. Ay, had to switch it up, you gon' need help. Had an ambulance come pick you up, you ain't seen this. Fast like Uber, how I'm pulling up. And I ain't talking an empty tank when I come and fill you up. Shoot shots, then we bouncing out. Ay, chop a dish or two, I chop them out. Ay, we be popping out. Ay, get your ass whacked for what you talking about. Shoot shots, then we bouncing out. Ay, chop a dish or two, I chop them out. Ay, we be popping out. Ay, get your ass whacked for what you talking about.
Your ass whack for what you talk about. White, chalk 'em out. 4-4 bulldog, get me barking loud. Blow out your eardrum. Why you want to smoke, you real dumb. gun connect, that's real money. My nigga crash dummy, he never hesitate to blast for me. And all my hoes work, and they don't hesitate to get cash to me. That's what they're supposed to do. I run with a chosen few. Big guns when we popping out, and we got the exposure crew. No doubt, white chalk a nigga out. Shoulda quit running your mouth, running your house, shoot your spouse, brain matter on the couch.
Shoot shots, then we bouncing out. Ay, chop a dish or two, white chalk them out. Ay, ay, we be popping out. Ay, get your ass whacked for what you talking about. Shoot shots, then we bouncing out. Ay, chop a dish or two, white chalk them out. Ay, ay, we be popping out. Ay, get your ass whacked for what you talking about.
Yeah, we back. We back. We back. Hey, look. We got to be more vocal. It ain't about, I mean, it is about being discreet and putting the dogs in a positive light and all of that. We've been doing real good about that. You know, privacy fencing, we talk about that. We talked about the different type of trees to plant around your property. We talk about all of that, right? That's great. But we got to be a little bit more vocal. We got to come up out of the shadows and shit and actually fight for something that is worth fighting for, bro. You know, that's what it is. It's going to take a lot of hard work. It's going to take a lot of hard work, man. One of the things it's going to take, and like I said, I don't know, man, because you see the YouTube beef everywhere, right? There's YouTube beef every goddamn where, dog. Every sector. It doesn't matter, right? You know, look, I had to have a talk with myself, man. And look, bro, everybody's not going to be thorough. You got to understand that. Everybody's not going to be thorough. But I guess we can coexist on a platform for the betterment of the breed. Does that make sense? Does that make sense? Who's in here? Bloodthirst, what up? Snowman. Mike Lee, what up, man? Hades, what up? MBK, what up, man? Salute. Bank statement, what up? I'm not talking about like a peace treaty, right? But just like the unnecessary type of shit. It's like, bro, you know, because, you know, and I went at a couple dudes, you know, I see, you know, let's say I think a channel is a rat, right? Because that's what my whole little logo and everything, you know, thou shalt not dry snitch, you know, let's say there's a dry snitching motherfucker and there'll be dudes rocking with him and shit, like, you know what I'm saying? And even though they not throwing darts at me, you know, I won't fuck with them because that's my hood mentality. You got to understand, I grew up different. You know, I didn't grow up like suckers couldn't be around me. Like you done had to do something out here. It ain't like these dogs, you know, that niggas is breeding and shit. Like you really done had to do some shit, you know, to even be around me, right? So we wasn't playing like that. Shit wasn't for play, you know? And some of y'all grew up that same way. You might know what I'm talking about, right? Let me see. Some of y'all know what I'm talking about, man. You know, so, but with the YouTube shit, I gotta understand, just like I can't come with the gangster shit at my job. You feel me? Like I can't come with the gangster shit at the job, dog. So I mean, it does. I guess it doesn't even apply here, right? And it's a sad day. It's a sad day that I got to make this announcement. But the gangster shit that I'm talking about doesn't apply here. So I got to stop thinking that it does. I got to stop thinking that just because he's a rat, right? And nobody should fuck with him. Nobody in their right mind, because they know that this is morally not the thing. Just because a motherfucker's pure jealousy that will talk about a man when his hands is tied behind his back and can't defend himself, and then play victim, a bitch role, right? I gotta understand that this shit ain't real, bro. This shit ain't real. This is that YouTube shit. Motherfuckers don't really hate each other. Motherfuckers ain't did shit to a motherfucker other than, you know, snitching. But we gotta expect that. The majority of the world's gonna snitch on you, dog. Everybody's not gonna be looking at 59 felonies and not say nothing like Buck City. Everybody's not gonna do that. We gotta understand that. Some niggas, if they get 59 felonies, they're gonna be snitching like a motherfucker. You feel me? And I'm not saying, you know, hey, go get 59 more and see what happens. And, you know, I'm not trying to promote people getting in trouble staying solid. But you got to understand, this YouTube shit is fake, man. These dudes will tell on you, man. They'll tell on you for everything. And just because that's not respected in my world, I can't be thinking that that's everybody else's world. You feel me? So all you dudes, supporters, and, you know, if you guys support rats, bro, listen, that's just morally something that you got to deal with, bro. You know, and I say this, that we seen the little Charleston White shit, and you know how that shit broke down. And you got dudes that talk about what's wrong with the community and, you know, all of this shit, you know, but you got to understand that there's a different world behind bars, bro. This isn't glorifying shit. I'm just telling you, because some people really don't know and they think this shit is fake. And a lot of places it's worse than where it is here. Like some of you brothers that's down south, all them spots, them penitentiaries and shit down there is rougher than up here, right? Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. But I seen enough. You know, I went to a world's famous fucking Walla Walla State Penitentiary, Washington State Penitentiary, Walla Walla. You can look that motherfucker up. That shit's notorious. Gary Ridgway's ass is there right now. The Green River Killer. He's there right now. His ass was there when I was there, right? If you're coming in there a snitch, I'm telling you this. I'm telling you, you're not safe, dog. And as much as you emotional ass niggas is, I ain't never been to jail for no domestic shit, dog. If you niggas been to jail for any domestic violence type of shit, they cracking down on that like they cracking down on dog fighting, bro. Okay? So you can have your soft ass up in there on some domestic shit, bro. On a DUI. Any of you motherfuckers, yeah, you might be a civilian, but if your ass ever caught a DUI, right? Everybody breaks the law. We got to understand this. Ain't no angels out here. You could go 10 miles over the speed limit That's endangering somebody's life, brother. So we know everybody breaks the law, dog. And if you fuck around, you playing on your motherfucking phone, a little bit drunk, anything, and you end up in those confinements, those undesirable places that some of us gotta go to, bruh. And your ass done snitched on niggas, or motherfuckers find out you in there and they send the word in there, hey man, that motherfucker's a snitch. That motherfucker, he be on YouTube snitching on motherfuckers and shit. He do this, he do that. He think it's okay to snitch. You feel me? It is. You civilian, yeah, it is. But don't get your civilian ass caught up one day. Whether if you're in your 30s or 40s or 50s, it don't matter. It don't matter. My uncle probably did shit at least 8 years on you know, he caught a vehicular homicide and like DUIs and shit. Type of shit. He did at least, I want to say 10 years. I want to say 10 years because he did the shit twice. Okay. He wasn't, I mean, yeah, he could fight, he could throw them things, he could protect himself, but he wasn't no gangster, bro. And if he had told on some motherfuckers, he was gonna have to face repercussion. He wasn't gonna be able to be in the regular population. They're gonna check your paperwork. They're gonna run your name, bro. Even in the county jail, they running motherfuckers' paperwork, dog. Like, what are you in here for? See, in the dog community, we don't check motherfuckers' paperwork, bruh. That's what it is. This YouTube shit, this shit ain't real, dog. You know, dudes don't like each other. They don't support. They don't, you know, I'm not going to his chat. I ain't going to his chat and all this shit, man. Come on, dog. This shit is fake, bro. We really fuck with each other. That's what I mean by it's fake. Oh, I ain't gonna support. I ain't gonna, you know, this motherfucker. I don't want, man, get the fuck out of here, man. What kind of selfish behavior is that? You feel me? So nah, man, this YouTube beef ain't real, dog. Everybody's free to move about the cabin. You know, like I ain't looking, you know, I don't give a fuck, bro. You guys can support rats if you want. That's not that I'm still not, even though I told you it's fake. That don't mean I don't support rats. I don't. And a lot of people appreciate me saying this. You know, they appreciate that shit. They're like, man, that motherfucker, you know. But I understand that there's just other guys that just their mind's not wired up like mine. I understand that. You know, I might have went rolling on motherfuckers just because they fuck with this clown. You know, I don't want motherfuckers to get caught up in the YouTube crosshairs, man. You know, come on, dog. Corny shit, bro. Corny. Henson's APBT, what up, man? Wordless. What's going on? Salute everybody in the building, man. Salute everybody. Dickie Foster. Big Saul TV, man. What up? Oh, no, yeah, and the feds, you soon as you shit. I'm telling you, Pierce County, like that motherfucker talk about Pierce County, shit. Soon as you get in that bitch, paperwork, bruh. Paperwork. It was body on body. Gangland, man. It's gangland in there, man. I'm telling you, bro. It's different. It's different, bro. it's different. You know, I'm used to getting locked up in King County. You know, this mostly, you know, like the CD, South End, you know, like basically two hoods gonna be like King County, pretty much. But that Tacoma shit, that Pierce County shit, it's gangland, man. It's gangland. They wanted that paperwork right away. Little young dude, man, he was like, that motherfucker probably was like 24. Soon as I got there, I barely got to put my shit down. He's, hey, what's up, man? You know, I was like, okay, like that. I said, man, you must be a bad motherfucker if they sent you to come check me for my paperwork. You know what I'm saying? That's exactly what I told him. You know, like, you must be official. You know, you better be. And you better be. So when my shit checks out and, you know, motherfuckers got on the phone and shit, you know, some of the hilltops and shit, you know, like they knew me. Motherfuckers knew me, you know. When they got on that phone and said who the fuck I was and where I was from, motherfuckers knew who I was, bro. It was respect from then on out, you know. It was respect, you know what I'm saying? So nah, man, be careful, dog. Don't fall for this. Oh, I need to snitch on motherfuckers. I'm a civilian shit, because what'll happen is later on in life, you're gonna be confronted with that where's that paperwork at and shit. Motherfuckers gonna run your shit and see that you done told on a motherfucker, and then you're not gonna be able to walk mainline. That's what's gonna happen. Best case scenario, they're just gonna tell you to pack your shit up and roll it up. You're gonna have to go to protected custody, nigga. That's what I'm talking about. Now, I understand civilians don't know that. They don't understand that because they feel like they're above the fucking law, or they feel like they never break the law, and they feel that they'll never be in that situation. And I understand that. But you got to tell the whole side of the story, bro. And I think that's what we're failing to do. When you tell on a motherfucker, rather if you're a civilian or not, bro, and you're confronted with that, then you're going to have to deal with that. Now, if you shut the fuck up and don't say nothing, right, and mind your own business, which is your right, it's your fucking right, you know, I think it'll pan out a little bit better for you, bro. That's all I'm saying. In this community too, you know. Janae Johnson, what's going on? Randy Mack, salute. Caveman, what up? I'm just trying to tell it, man. You know, look, I ain't trying to be the OG to the OGs and the triple OG. I'm not trying to do that, but motherfuckers should already know, you know, I done been up through there, and it's different. You know, like, you're not going to play a video in my hood. Hey, look at this video, man. This guy's from the hood. He's telling on the motherfucker, you know, like, dude, it's not going to happen, dog. It's not going to happen, dog. Okay, you got that text. Okay. Hey, appreciate you, man. Hey, send that text. Send the text. Go ahead and do that right away. If you're trying to get the mag, go ahead and shoot that text over there. I'll give you the info, how you can get it. Also, you can just hit this link too. I'm gonna put this link right in the chat right now. Drop this link right here. You can order it straight from here too. So, however, man, I appreciate the support. That's what it is. That's when we get more traction, we sell more magazines, we turn the fuck up, we give you that content that you really need, man. You need to hear it. But as far as dudes supporting other dudes and shit, you know what I'm saying? I get it. It's heartbreaking. You know, it shows that you don't fuck with me like that, but that's fine, bro. We could coexist and support each other. Well, you know what each other got going on, because this is a community. It shouldn't be even the YouTube part of it. You know, we could just talk about the YouTube aspect. It shouldn't be divided, right? Because at the end of the day, my only goal is to make sure that we're not getting profiled when it comes to these dogs and everybody get their story out there instead of, but we never hear none of these guys' story on what really happened. All we hear is the news. You know, they taking a couple of dogs up off the scene. You see one dog on the chain, you know, and a goddamn above the ground. And then, you know, they talking big shit, talking about what the goddamn conditions were and all of this. Nobody, we don't never get to hear our side of the story. That's what I'm doing. Bang that like button, man. Let's get more in the building. Let's get more in the building. This 50 shit, 50's cool, but you know, I'm used to over 100 on every stream. Even way back before I left, like we used to hit 200 on streams and shit, just regular live streams. You feel me? So smack that like button. Let's share this joint. There's somebody out there that needs to hear this content. Most likely, this is what it's gonna be like. We running it like this for a while. We got the docket. You see what's going on. Shit like that. But the YouTube beef, like I said, I'm gonna crash out because shit's funny. I want to laugh too. Shit be funny as fuck, but this shit ain't real, dog. This shit ain't real, bro. And so you dudes that be over there calling me names in the chat and you know what I'm saying, all that shit, you know, you guys could do that shit too. That's cool. You don't know me. You know, you don't know me. You don't know that I'm a family man. You don't know, you know, the type of sacrifices I make for my fucking family and the people around me. So none of that really matters, bro. It's just some YouTube shit. You know, if you don't like the channel, hey, it is what it is, you know. Donate to the channel anyway. You feel me? Hypocrites. Hypocrites. Man, that's them dudes that they tell you to do it one way and they do it another way, dog. I mean, they tell you to do it one way. They tell you not to do it one way. I should say, man. These damn hypocrites, man. These hypocrites. Hold up. Oh, Henson's APBT. Yeah, let me get you hold up, brother. Yes, sir. Now, if you need that mag, just shoot me the text. You know, we can get going. And also, if you got content, because we're really running through and grabbing it up for the next magazine too. So if you got content or you want to advertise something, get at me and we can make it happen. That's where we're at right now. We're making things happen. But a hypocrite, it's a lot of them, dog. It's 90% hypocrites in this shit. Hypocrites. I know I just be throwing numbers out there, but man, dudes is hypocrites, bro. You gotta figure out what you want out of these dogs, man. You know, I mean, you know, they're gonna do shit. They're gonna tell you not to breed young shit. They're gonna tell you this, all of this shit, and then they're gonna go right behind the door and do the same shit, breeding young ass dogs, doing all of this shit. Like they're doing something so special. That's what a hypocrite is, man. You got to watch that. I watch people, though. They tell you what to do. Oh, don't breed her. She's young. Why would you breed her? Why would you do this? Why would you do that? Then they bust around. Oh, yeah, I'm going to go ahead and breed her. I'm going to do this and do that. Like, wait a minute. Didn't you just tell me not to breed my young bitch? But you doing it. That's the hypocrite right there. Oh yeah, nah, hey, appreciate you, Henson's Kennel, Henson's APBT. Appreciate you, brother.
I never knew that I would do numbers like this. I make a move. I'm tryna win. Ain't tryna lose. I'm tryna win. Ain't tryna lose.
I appreciate that purchase. I'm gonna get that right out there, brother. I'm gonna get that right out there. You rock, what up? RBG, what up? What's going on, y'all? Smack that like button. Smack that like button. We in here, man. We still in here. So they're gonna do a lot of things that they tell you not to do, but then they're doing this shit. You know, like it's going out of style. Them damn hypocrites, man. Usually a hater. You got to watch that shit, man. They tell you not to do shit that, you know, they're not going to give you the honest opinion about the shit. They're giving you a bunch of advice that they don't do. They're telling you to do a whole bunch of shit that they wouldn't do. You know? Pick and choose. Watch out for them guys, man. They're going to get you to fuck your stock up. They're going to try to fuck up some of your stock. Game Blood Kennels. Champion Black Beast. POR. Man, beautiful animal. Beautiful, beautiful animal. Yeah, get them raffle tickets. What up, Borderland? What up, Borderland? What's going on? Let me see. Let me see who want to pull up. See who's pulling up today. Game Blood Kennels, Champion Black Beast. Get them raffle tickets. This one right here. This ain't no pedigree you just want to sneeze at, man. This a good bred dog, man. Bailey's Bingo. Heavy red boy on the top. I see that Patrick's Chomps. I know that's some tight bolio down there. Like this bitch right here. See, I scouted her out way from the back. La Bamba, Rolo, right off of Bolio. La Bamba right off of Rolo, and Red Baby. Yeah, this is one of my favorite, man, right here. I said that yesterday, I know. But, you know, just the way it's put together with all your Bolio. Patrick had his hands in a lot of shit. You know, that Bert Klaus shit. Bolio Klaus. Those dogs, I mean, it done been proven to be good dogs over the years. Let me see. Okay, they doubled up on this Big Jake dog. That's a Boyles bred dog. Boyles Got some Rascal Honey Bunch. Boyle's Rascal Honey Bunch cross. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. More Bujo. Eli Jr., Brandy, his Black Shine. That's that smoke right there. That's that smoke. So, you know, Scrub don't get his shit. Like we always talk about Eli and shit, you know. Scrub don't really get his. And Blind Billy definitely don't get his. But, you know, at the end of the day, they Daibo dogs. If you want to go back, because it ain't too far. Let me see. Eli Jr. On Eli Jr.'s pedigree, you can see Daibo in his 4th generation. So Daibo's in the 3rd, right? Blind Billy shit. You know, it's heavy. It's heavy on that. Blind Billy. He's heavy. So, and then you're breeding them to other dogs that don't have Eli in it. That's the key. You know, but it's still Blind Billy dogs, still the more Daibo dogs. So now I get it, man. You got to name it something. You got to name it something. My thing is we're going to bust it open. Even when I did my first pedigree breakdowns, it was to shed a little bit of light on some of the dogs that don't get talked about a lot. Just like this one right here. We never talk about him, right? He ROM is allegedly on here. You know, he had his run around and Mountain Man jumped on some of that shit. See, they bred this Mountain Man shit right here. This is some good shit. Cheap Lepasse shit. Bully Son. A lot of good stuff floating through there. Let me see, make sure this is the okay. Some more Bolio on there. Creed stuff. More Klaus. So they threw the Klaus shit with the Bujo shit. And with this right here, which is some Corvino Tudor stuff, Shipley, Feely, you know, that's some of the early, the founding fathers. You had to have 10 of them that was out way back then. I mean, shit. Who you getting your dogs from? It probably ain't 100 different people. Not according to these pedigrees. Then the Marlows. All those dogs. Bingo. It's a good bred dog right here. This is a good bred dog. You got him. I don't know when he was born, but Bingo. Let me see. They ain't really got no dates on here. But Bingo, I want to think like he was probably still around in 2000. I want to say or some shit. I mean, at least some shit off of them. Let me look, man. Let me look at some shit, man. Well, I know this Devil Deacon dog. Okay, Devil Deacon was probably the one I was talking about. That was probably still around in 2000, maybe. It's hard to say. I need to see some dates. I need to see some birthdays. Red Boy dogs. There's probably some good dogs right there. I'm telling you. Them dogs is probably good. Good dogs. Mr. Bulldog, like Marlowe's Mr. Bulldog. All these dogs. Yeah, that's crazy. That's a good one. Good looking dog too. You gotta love that. So Black Beast, to say the least, the dog is him alone. He was a good bred dog. I would have to say, right amount of bolio in there. You could do these same crosses. I think that's the significance of actually checking out the pedigree, because it's very easy to do the cross. Your Bolio's in there, your Boyles, more Patrick and Boyles, pretty much right there. All of that stuff, all that Creed stuff, more Klaus, Scrub stuff, Bose, Boudreaux stuff. All these crosses could be done still. The Mountain Man shit. Oh no, that's the same one. So yeah, now he was dibbling and dabbling. They're gonna get them dogs, man. It's crazy when you see other dog man with different dogs and shit. Like Tom Garner had a lot of dogs kind of outside of his bloodline, and they went to other places and people was successful. A lot of people had the recipe. There was good dog men, around those times. A lot of good dog men. Yeah. But that's that boy right there, man. You know that cross. We know that. We know exactly what that is. Somebody hit me up, man. Said they pup won't eat. I had to troubleshoot some shit, man. Make sure they're hydrated. I think preventative measurements is always better. Don't never think that just because things are going smooth, like with your puppy, you just get it. You had him a week, everything's doing good. You probably told everybody he's doing great and shit. That's not the time to relax. You got to stay up on his hydration. You got to stay up on his electrolytes, all of that stuff. That's going to help your pup not even get sick in the first place, to where he doesn't want to eat. The hydration, I believe, is the leading cause to a dog stopping, not eating. Unless they got like something lodged in their fucking intestines or something, but then, probably lead to dehydration. And then we're back in the same boat again. You feel me? So the preventative measurements are great. My pup's not eating, and I know that nothing's lodged in it, and it's starting to be like a scare. Of course, take it to the vet. We can always take it to the vet, but let's say you're stranded on a fucking island, there's no fucking vet there. So because they'll say, oh, he should have said take it. Like they want to tell me how to make my fucking videos. Like, nah, motherfucker. We ain't doing that. So you're gonna want to try to hydrate the pup, man. Pedialyte. I like the water. I like the bounce back. You know, it's like a heavy electrolyte content, plus like all those little Powerades and Gatorades. You know, they got potassium and the electrolytes and, you know, different things in them that can help you. You know, I would try to hydrate them first. Just give them, you know, a little bit at a time, couple cc's, few cc's at a time, just to keep the pup hydrated. Keep it warm. You don't want it to lose temperature. Keep the dog warm. As you start to hydrate the puppy again. Then, I mean, you're gonna have to make some type of cocktail because the puppy is gonna need to eat at some point. Feel me? The pup's gonna need to eat. So one time I brought this pup back, telling you the pup was gonna die. There was nothing, you know, there's nothing you could do. You know, the last choice was to you know, I've got some of that high end because I keep a bag of high end like some Victor. I don't just go get 4 or 5 bags, but I keep a bag of it just chilling, just for somebody that's for these situations that might need something a little bit more meaty or more, you know, with some better ingredients to stimulate their appetite. So I got the dog food, put a small little half a handful in like a cup, and I put a little bit of ground beef in there, put a little bit of dine in there. I sprinkled a little bit of little goat's milk in there. I put like my Powerade I had, you know, I put a little bit of Powerade in that shit, you know what I'm saying? I put some of that water that I mix with the bounce back, you know, and I made like this little cocktail. I let it mush up, and I got this really big syringe. It's like it might be like a 50 cc syringe or something, you know, like it's really big, you know, got a big nose on it. And hold up. Oh, you know what time it is. Okay, so you want it big enough, so of course everything's smashed up. It's like a small just maybe like you're making pancakes or something, you know, make it kind of thick like that, right? But not too thick, so where you can't squeeze it easily inside the syringe, right? So you squeeze it up in the syringe, and you're gonna have to nurture that dog and feed that dog and make sure that food goes down, and you're gonna want to monitor the dog's temperature. But you know, I've seen dogs bounce back from that method, because if they won't eat, you know, a lot of times, you know, unless you take them to the vet and get them on IVs and, you know, different feeding tubes and different shit, you know, that's basically what they're gonna do. And you know, I seen somebody use a feeding tube, you know, to where the food, you know, the dog wasn't healthy enough, so the food to go down on his own, that they would have something, you know, a direct connection, you know, going all the way down to the dog's stomach right there, to where they put the milk, you know, right inside the dog, different shit like that. I actually saw a vet do that. So that's some of the methods that they use, different things, you know, if your puppy won't eat, you know, preventative measurements, and just knowing that your dog's not out of the threshold of getting sick or some type of virus. You got to know that. I think that's more important. The hydration of that dog, like, you want to always give your dog water and electrolytes. Always. You want to always give him that, because you can't risk him getting under the threshold. to where he's vulnerable to, you know, different things happening to him due to dehydration. You dig? Yep. APBT magazine. Man, look, man, appreciate all the support. Everybody that getting it in. Everybody that's featured up in the magazine. I've been reaching out to some good dudes that I've been seeing, you know, carrying the torch. They've been carrying the torch. We did some good dudes in the last one. You know, we're going to try to keep the same shit going. Good, positive, active, you know, great things, you know, with these dogs. That's all we're trying to do. Magazine's 25. It's always going to be scrolling at the bottom. This is 72. We got at least shit, a nice little bit left, 28 or something left of these wake and bakes for this APBT magazine promotional tour. We've been banging it out, you know, reaching all parts, people from everywhere, tapping in different kennels and stuff. If you want your voice heard, you got something good to add, hey, write up a little story about one of your dogs, how you got it, your experience, rather if it was a bad experience or whatever, you know. You got a valid, maybe you got scammed, you know, like we need to know it all. That's what this magazine's about. We're not just hiding things that go on in the community and different stuff. Tomorrow, if I go up, I'll probably highlight a few kennels that have been popping up in my algorithm, I should say. There's more people that have been doing shit. It's just not in my algorithm, right? So we got to be fair and know that just because we don't mention you or we say, hey, I don't really know that channel, that's not that we don't fuck with you. It's just the way YouTube works. You know, you're only going to see so much. You know, there's some dudes I stopped watching them and they don't pop up in my shit no more. You know, it's simple as that. You know what I'm saying? But, hey, man, we love the support. Appreciate the support. Get the magazine. Get the magazine. All that. Let me see. Grandma Dog, what up? 60cc. Okay, you know what I'm talking about. You know that big 60cc PDL. Okay, so I got some gurus in here. Tron Raw, what up? Salute y'all. Salute y'all. Okay, so I knew it was a big one. We did. My girl made some Jello shots, and she bought a whole bunch of them little syringes, and she had the little Jello shots up in there. And we threw a party and shit. Motherfuckers running around with them syringes and shit, injecting fucking Jello shots through the syringe and shit. I mean, it was popping, man. That shit was cool. But that's what you need, man. I'm telling you, you got to get your hands dirty. You got to get your hands dirty. I'm gonna be talking about AI soon. One of my partners was having trouble getting one of the dogs stuck and, you know, different things. So it's obvious, you know, we got to have a little bit more education about AIs and different things like that to troubleshoot people and give people the confidence to do the shit. You feel me? But nah, man. Hey, man, Buck City Reloaded, man. Reloaded. We reloaded them again. We got it in. Salute to everybody. Salute to everybody that pulled up. Feel me? Salute everybody. We'll see y'all on the next one, though. Peace.
Every day I wake up around 5:30. Early bird get the worm, so I'm up with the birdies. Over 30, still shooting like Steph Curry. I got it for the 56, so you better hurry. Still riding dirty like I just turned 30. I'm just trying to spread this cheese around like Papa Murphy. I done put niggas on that came back to hurt me, but you ain't put your brother on Eddie Murphy. I done trust homies and they did me dirty. I done love bitches and they cheated on me. type of shit you wouldn't have known if you didn't know me. I got secrets that I can't even tell my homies. Got a few secrets that I keep between my brothers. And when I say brothers, I'm talking same mother, same father, all grew up in one house. Am I my brother's keeper? Without a doubt. I remember that day I saw my first gram, and all them days that I saved to make my first band. I had that off-white tan like beach sand. Now I got fiends that look like Lindsay Lohan. Since my first B-day, I've been about $1. Served a white fiend that looked like he was on $1. I done seen a clean chick use a dirty dollar. Serve rich dope fiends that roll up $100.
Why I'm doing this, matter of fact, why don't you ask them why I'm doing this shit? Yeah, the book. You know what I'm saying? The book is nice folks, man. Them people, man. Take a trip, man.
I've been on one, plus 23. Lately been feeling like KOBE. I'm in the trap, tryna whip a 3-peat. Little homie just called me for a 3-piece. He looking for the bean when he wore number 8. Man, I got some beans that I'm still scared to take. I'm still in the hood, daily risks that I take. I still think about them bands that I could've made. But I don't trip though. Think about it cause it's motivational. Still think about them days I had no place to go. Mine's a hell of a thing to waste, but I didn't waste it though. Yeah, I had to step back just to step forward. All good things in, man, that shit's normal. Had to cut the bitch off, she was too boring. Steering wheel on the left, but my shit's foreign. Yeah. I need my house up on the hill like my name Lauren. Yeah. Yeah, blue and raspberry got my skin portion.
What you niggas talking about? Those books. What? You fuck with them? I don't fuck with them. Hell no, I don't fuck with them, man. I wanna burn that shit down, man. It's all. They don't even accept food stamps. Damn.
I'm just trying to make these ends meet. Fuck trying to rekindle all that friends beat. I know niggas that got mad cause they unfriend me. I had homies turn on me and they met through me. I got people ducking me and I fronted them. And a few hating me when I got love for them. They gon' sink or swim. I ain't seen them in some years, why would I link with them? I heard them niggas R&B, why would I be with them singing? All I need is a beat and I'ma do what I do. Y'all do what you can, I do what I want to. I can tell you don't want beef, y'all vegan lunch food. If I blitz and hut 1, you're off sides and hut 2. Glock split the hot 2. Nigga got that kill tech, but I keep a Glock 2. Got ladies in stocks too. You better duck when I shoot. $1,500 can't fit in my trousers. 200 of them bubble gums finna crop next week off top. I bleed the block and I pull up in a drop. Rockstar, I told heavy metal. I'm straight out the gutter by the sewer, yeah, the ghetto. Cold-blooded like Rick James. Yeah, I spit flames. Thanking God every day since this shit changed. Bismillah, yeah, I made it out. Giving attention, motivation, education, yeah, this shit game. Staying on my pivot, not to mention. Watch these hoes stay on your toes and never trust these bitches. I went from a cutlass to a fiscal. And I don't do the gram, baby, keep me out your mentions. I would never fold, I know niggas that done told. I got money in the attic, it's so old, it's about to mold.
In the hottest section with weapons and cocaine. 17 in the streets, hotter than propane. I'm on my toes, watch these hoes with bifocal frame. I been on these niggas' head like a migraine. In the hottest section with weapons and cocaine. 17 in the streets, hotter than propane. On my toes, watch these hoes with bifocal frames. Suicide doors on them, Kurt Cobain.
In your section, I be reppin' while I'm flexing. 50,000 on my necklace, what's the question now? Kurt Cobain, I blew the brains in the drop head. Free my nigga out the feds, let me pop. I'm like propane, yeah, I'm hot as a torch. Give me the ball, yeah, watch how I scorch. 13 when I hopped off the porch. By 17, I was up on the court. I keep a weapon for protection.
Don't get aggressive, I shoot like a missile. I'm trilled to the bone, all the way to the gristle. Kurt Cobain, yeah, suicide though. I'ma get it steep, hell, rain or snow. Know I'm talking about sticking to the code, I don't know no other way. I'ma bleed the block, nigga, to God, open them gates, huh? Money, pound, ammunition, free that nigga long way. They call me streets, I'm really in these streets, like the song say.
In the hottest section with weapons and cocaine. 17 in the streets, hotter than propane. I'm on my toes, watch these hoes with bifocal frame. I been on these niggas' head like a migraine. In the hottest section with weapons and cocaine. 17 in the streets, hotter than propane. On my toes, watch these hoes with bifocal.
I was spending it reckless. Fuck that, my money gotta bounce back. He paid me for my money, got his family whack. I need it like a chopper, I be moving fast. I'm barely getting to sleep, what you know about that? I done fell off and I came back. I make you disappear, you won't come back. I hustle for that bread, cause I need that. I've been broke before, so I ain't going back. I'm here to take what's mine. And without a fight, getting richer, I'ma die. I ain't living right. I'm here to take what's mine. And without a fight, getting richer, I'ma die. There be days I feel like giving up, but I got a mouth to feed, gotta feed my baby. Feel like I done had enough, but I know I gotta keep pushing, baby.